Hello everybody, thank you for clicking on this video, which is my top 10 tips for writing a song in under an hour. If this is something that sounds interesting to you, make sure you hit that subscribe button. It helps me out, it helps you out. You'll get plenty of music videos. I do 3 videos every week, Wednesday, Friday, and Sunday. And yeah, so let's just get into the video. So my first tip is make it simple. This is something that is especially helpful if you are going to be writing it in under an hour. So make sure that it is chords you know. Make sure that maybe it's a bit more repetitive because you can get away with not having to write necessarily as much, and it'll still be catchy. So that's great. Step 2 is following this format. I do it for most of my songs anyway, but this is especially true if you are going to be writing one in under an hour. It goes verse, chorus, bridge, chorus. This is super important. It helps kind of make sure that you don't have to write as much. You could always do a pre-chorus. That's gonna be more work. It'll just be more work if you try to do it in a different way. This way you really don't have to write too many different things. And again, if you are trying to write it in under an hour, this is something that is very important to make sure that your time is not being spread out to like 5 different I don't even know. Yeah. Tip number 3 is write about something that you are interested in, because if you are not interested in it, it is going to take a lot longer to write, and it's honestly probably not going to be very good. So this is important for any type of songwriting, really. You shouldn't be writing about things that you aren't passionate about. This doesn't necessarily mean that you have to write about something that you've experienced. This just means write something that just, just don't write about things you're not passionate in. That's the tip I got. Step 4 is finding the chords first. This is important because this is going to be the backbone of your song. Some people do melody first, some people do lyrics first, but for under an hour songwriting, I think it is important to start with the chords first, because you'll be able to more easily develop melody and lyrics afterwards. So that would be the first thing that I would do. Tip number 5 would be just start singing. So whenever I write a song, whether it be trying to write a song quickly or trying to just write a song, I always just kind of sing randomly to myself. It doesn't matter what you're singing, it's just really going to help get your ideas out there and out in the open. If you're stuck in your head, it is not going to work out too well. So just start singing your most random and stupid lyrics, and one of them might work. Tip number 6 is starting with the chorus, and this is because it is going to be the bulk of your song, especially if you follow the format that I gave earlier. It'll be great. It'll be about half of your song done when you're finished with it, and it feels super great, and it's a great way to manage your time. Tip number 7 is going to the verses after your chorus. This is because although you will be writing different words to the verses, the melody and kind of flow is going to be pretty similar, and that is going to again help you really get the bulk of your song out before that hour timer's up. Tip number 8 is writing the bridge last. I definitely think that writing the bridge last is probably the right way to go because it is the climax of the song. it is going to be the last thing you write, and it's going to be the last thing that, you know, your audience was really going to hear before they just hear the repeat of the chorus. And it's just going to be a great way to end everything. Kind of, it's hard to explain, it really is hard to explain. But yeah, the bridge is definitely something that you kind of want to save to the end, and it's going to just tie the whole thing together. Tip number 9 is putting everything together and making adjustments. Remember that you might end up writing something that you kind of hate later, and that's why you want to make sure you're constantly putting it together, listening to it, and making those little tweaks after you write everything. It's great. Don't feel like you wrote something and you can't change it. It's totally fine to make last minute changes. Recommend it for sure. And my last and final tip 10 is to walk away if you need to. I know this sounds kind of counterproductive, especially if you're trying to write a song in under an hour, but realistically, that's not something that you necessarily always want to do. You really should be giving yourself time. There are songs that I wrote years ago that I just stepped away from, didn't really look at it, and one day I was like, it just popped in my head. I was like, wait a minute, this song, it's a good song, very good song. I'm gonna do something with it. And the thing is, if I would have forced it earlier, the songs would not have turned out as well and wouldn't have turned out necessarily the way that I wanted it to. So just remember, it is okay to walk away from a song. I know it sounds scary and like it's never going to get looked at again, but sometimes it's just what you need to do, you know? Thank you so much for watching. I hope that you enjoyed my 10 tips for writing a song in under an hour. Now, to prove that I'm not all talk, I am going to actually set a timer on my phone right now, and I am going to write a song in under an hour. So if you are ready to see what that's going to be like, make sure you stay tuned. It's going to go up on Sunday, and you'll get to see what is realistically possible in under an hour. Thank you for watching. Make sure you hit that like button and subscribe, and I hope you have a great Friday. Bye guys.